You need to learn AVD Hybrid right now. But what is that? I mean, by now you know that you need to learn the cloud and Azure Virtual Desktop, right? I mean, if you look around, it's basically everywhere. And it seems like everyone's throwing every app they can up into the cloud, but actually, stop doing that. Not everything needs to go into the cloud. And that's the idea behind AVD Hybrid. Now here in the Azure portal, I've got a standard host pool and it's got a couple session hosts. But if you look over at the resource group, there's actually no Azure VMs. So in AVD Hybrid, the AVD control plane stays up in Azure, but your session hosts can be VMs that run on your existing hardware on-prem. And the magic glue here that holds it all together is the Azure Arc agent. Now Arc is going to connect those local machines and make them present inside the Azure environment. And in AVD Hybrid, they're treated like first-class Azure citizens. And you can see those local hosts as Azure Arc VMs here in the portal. Now there's some estimates that show that there's over 100 million on-prem VDI instances around the world. And AVD Hybrid will enable all of you to turn every one of them into an AVD session host. That's not another update. That's a tectonic shift in how you deliver desktops to your users. And up until now, all AVD session hosts had to be either in Azure or Azure Local. But hybrid hosts will be able to run on-prem in Hyper-V, VMware, Bare Metal, etc. And all of those hosts must be able to reach these AVD URLs and Azure Arc URLs. And that's both linked in the video description just for you. Now, this is just an announcement video. AVD Hybrid is not available from Microsoft yet, which you would know if you saw their Ignite session. So we all need to wait just a little bit longer, but Nerdio has been selected as one of Microsoft's AVD Hybrid launch partners, and AVD Hybrid itself won't have the capability to deploy new hosts on-prem for you. But Nerdio Manager will. I have this page linked in the video description so you can sign up for the preview today. So I'm going to take you through what the native workflow would look like and all the things that Nerdio is going to do for you. In Nerdio Manager, you would go to your workspace and then select one of your host pools. Deploy a new host just like you always would, and Nerdio will magically create a new VM on your on-prem infrastructure, just like it can for AVD and AVD Local today. Once that VM is powered on, the Azure Arc agent will get deployed onto that hybrid host automatically, and that's going to deploy the real magic here, which is the Arc AVD extension, which will make that host part of your pool. And once that's completed, your users will open the Windows client, just like always, click on their hybrid session, and then get logged in like every other AVD experience. Now, when AVD Hybrid is first available, it will only support Windows 11 Enterprise and Server 2025 with RDS CALs. And that means no Windows 11 multi-session yet. And that's because Windows 11 multi-session is only licensable in the Azure Cloud or Azure Local. But Microsoft wants to know what you think. And if you want Win 11 multi-session for AVD Hybrid on-prem, drop multi in the comments. Now, deploying AVD Hybrid will go something like this. You'll sign into the Azure portal, you go over to your subscriptions, and on the left, scroll down for the resource providers. In the search box here, type Microsoft.hybrid, and then you want to click on the hybrid compute and click register. And repeat that for hybrid connectivity. And once that's done, do the same thing for Microsoft.guestconfiguration and Microsoft.Azure Arc data. And now you're ready to use Azure Arc. So this is really cool and all, but why would anyone with a VMware cluster and a Citrix farm want to do any of this? Well, because AVD Hybrid completely flips the economics of VDI. Right now, your on-prem stack is paying a tax every month for layers of different software. And then, of course, the big one, which is the VDI licensing. But in AVD Hybrid, here's how the breakdown goes. You still do have your on-prem hardware, storage, servers, network that you always had, so no new expense there, but you can drop those expensive VDI licenses. AVD Hybrid replaces them by using Azure's native control plane, and AVD itself doesn't cost anything. All of the host pools, app groups, workspaces, and session host agents are all part of the AVD service, zero cost. So that's going to reduce the highly expensive VDI solutions to near zero. And for you Nerdio admins, this is where it gets insane. Nerdio already manages AVD Local on-prem, which means we already know how to manage AVD Hybrid, which gives you one pane of glass for AVD in the cloud, AVD Local, Win365, Intune endpoints, and AVD Hybrid coming soon. So don't sit around and wait for the rest of IT to catch up, because AVD Hybrid isn't just a feature, it's the future. And with Nerdio, you're not just managing AVD, you're mastering a hybrid universe.